So what's the penalty if you refuse the chemical test after a DUI arrest? In California, after you're arrested for driving under the influence, based on the implied consent law, you have to take a chemical test. And refusal to take that test can mean increased penalties. Of course, you don't have to take the test. You can always refuse it. But you have to understand there can be some penalties for refusing the test. But remember, the key word here is arrested. We're talking about after the officer has probable cause that you're driving under the influence and they arrest you for driving under the influence, they'll give you a choice to take either a blood test, breath test, or urine test. And that's based on California law. So if you refuse all three of those tests, you can have increased penalties. Those penalties can include a 1-year suspension on your driver's license. And what we found from the Department of Motor Vehicle, that 1 year is a hard 1 year. They're very hesitant to give people even a work license or a license to they're very hesitant to give people even temporary or restricted license based on a refusal. Other penalties can mean increased penalties for like jail time or fines or an added time on classes. For instance, for a first-time DUI, you typically have to take an alcohol class. That can be from 4 months. But if you have a refusal, they can increase that time to 9-month class. That means you have to take an alcohol class once a week for 9 months because of the refusal. And you got to remember this too. If you refuse, officers are going to use that probable cause and ask a judge for a search warrant to obtain your blood anyway. So what does this all mean? If you're facing a refusal, it's best to hire a lawyer because we've seen time and time again, officers have notated it's refusal that did not read the warning correctly enough to the person, so it's not really a refusal. Or that we found out that the refusal was not really refusal, but the person really did say, I want to take a test. Or something else happened to make it not so much of a big penalty that as a refusal can get you. So a good lawyer can tell you if it's really a refusal or if there's something that happened that did not make it a refusal. We've seen that time and time again in cases, so it's always best to hire a lawyer. They'll look through all the evidence for you.